right now I'm going to implement a creature catching system into Tuxemon. So first thing right now, this is where Tuxemon's at right now. So, you could walk around town. You can go over here, go downstairs, a little music playing, and go outside. Get a little world map, you can read signs. Turn that down a little bit. And right now you can get into fights with monsters. Right now I have a little monster here. Let's go up and grab it real quick. Whoop. Go back down. Just run. And in the tall grass, there's random encounters at this point. So, there we go. So, got Big Fin here. So we needed some type of creature catching system so we can catch wild creatures. So for now, we'll exit. And let's just look at what we need to do. So first, I need to create a new item. There's an item system that's already in place. And so right now everything's loaded from this resources DB item. So what we can do is we'll go to here. So right now we have like a potion and a super potion already defined. Right now all the items are in JSON format. So you just define the item. Like, let's look at this potion. You can define the item's description and the effects that item has. Its potion, its power, or the name, sorry. Its sprite, and then the type of item it is. So what we'll do is we'll just create a new item. We'll just copy an existing one just as an example. And we'll call it just capture device.json for now. So let's just edit this guy. And description, we'll do captures a monster. Right. And we're going to define a new effect. And an effect is just a method that will be called when this item is used. So we're going to create a new one called capture. Right, and then the item needs a new ID. So this is the third item that I've created for Tuxemon. Call this thing just capture device for now. We'll give it like a power of 1. Keep the sprite the same for now, and it'll be a consumable item. So let's save. Okay, so now we've got our capture item defined. So now we need to create an effect. So we need to create the capture effect. So the effects, the item effects, are under core components item. Okay. So here's the top of the file. So here's like an item. Every item becomes this class here, and loads when it loads it up, it reads the JSON and sets the JSON, the item name, description, ID, type, all that stuff. So, and then when we use it, we're gonna just use whatever we're gonna call the method whatever was defined in that JSON file. So in this case, we need to create a new one. For the potion, it uses heal. So let's just come down here. We'll create a new guy here. Define capture. So, and we're gonna have, it takes, the item class itself, the target. The target is the target monster object. So we can actually use it on a monster. And then the game itself. So, just say captures target monster, and that's good enough for now. So, I guess in the future we'll probably need some sort of like rolling system but right now it's just going to be 100% capture rate. So say do make this not work 100% of the time. So this target is going to be a monster object, and then the game so what we'll do is when we use this item, we're going to put the target monster into the player's party, to this party. So we just need to find out where the player, actually I think it's game.player1, but let me just double check. So let's just look at core. So the game object is going to be under tools. Actually, it might be under prepare. So let's see, player one. Nope, not in here. Alright, let's look for it. Player Juan. Run it. Okay. Oh, yeah. It is. Okay. Game.player1. Let's just print. Wait, I'm on the wrong place. So game.player1 is the player. And let's look at the player object. So that's core components player.py. So the player has a ton of freaking attributes. So monsters. So if we do player1 dot monsters, actually I think so it has the move method, draw, add monster. Yeah. So if I call add monster, eventually it'll send it to the PC if it's reached the party limit or some other location. If so, we can do is we'll do player1 dot add monster, right? And that takes the monster as an argument. So in this case, target. So that's pretty much it, huh? That's pretty simple. But I still need to make, incorporate this in part of the battle, make some animation, stuff like that. Should think if there's anything else I need to do in this function. Well, I guess I'll just put all this stuff. Put all this stuff in. Oh, fuck. Okay. Alright. Okay. So I'm just making sure this is all, documented nicely. We also need to check, actually, here, we need to, and check to see if this is a trainer battle. Because we don't want to be capturing other people's monsters. Okay. So let's just update this documentation a little bit. The monster object that we will capture. The main game object that will contain all the game's variables. Sure. And we don't really need examples for this. Captures target monster. Yeah, seems pretty straightforward. And So we've got an item defined, and then we need to use that item. So when we use it in battle, we are going to capture the monster and then end the battle. So if we look in core states combat, so this is where combat happens. I actually don't think I have any items. I don't think you can use any items right now. Let me see. Let's just run it. Let's go grab this guy. We'll go outside. Alright. Okay. Oh yeah, item? Oh yeah, I can use this item bag. I don't have any items. Alright. So... so let's go to our map editor. We can add an item. Maybe I can... Bedroom... There we go. Cool. So this map editor tile, this is what Tuxemon uses. So I basically want to add some test items as an event. So here's all the events. Right now I have get Fruitera, right? It happens both times here. If you're standing at this tile or at this tile. So let's just get this guy. We're gonna add a new action to like add. I think it's add item, and then capture device. Let's see. Oh, whoops. Okay. This is action 3, and then it's add item capture device. I think. Let's double check what it's called. So all the actions are defined under under core, under components, and then event, which is right here. And so we can just grep. We'll just look for add item. Let's see if that's the way it is. Okay. So it's under actions player. Add item. Okay. Okay, yeah, so you just give it, you do this, and then the name of the item. Am I doing this right, though? Let's see. Add item. God damn it. Okay. So I'm just doing... Well, hopefully that works. Alright, let me also add a potion. So this is action 4 for this event. Add item potion. Sup, Butterlord? No longer there. Okay. So we're just gonna do the same thing on this side. This action. Action 3. Add. Oh, let's just make these the same. Action 4. This guy. Add capture device. The game I'm making, it's called Tuxemon. It's like a free open source version of Pokemon. Kind of similar. So now we can go here. Let's go. Tuxemon. So now if we go here, we'll get Fruterra and we'll also get, let's see if, okay, yeah, cool. So we got a potion and our capture device. Now that since we created it, look, we defined, this is the same text, this description text captures a monster that we defined in the JSON file. So alright, so let's see if we can use this item to see what happens. Notice. So right now, it doesn't do anything. Alright. Alright, so I gotta figure that out. Okay, so this is gonna be under combat state. Okay, this is combat state. It's this right here, combat. Okay, so let's just go to the top. So we're gonna look for using items. So that's probably like item menu, item underscore menu. Okay. So this is just defining like size of the menu, item menu, draw the item menu if it's visible. If it's interactable, then we do item menu dot get event. Okay. So this is where the magic happens for this. Okay. So core components menu, and we're looking at the item menu dot py. So basically I'm trying to figure out why using items in combat is not working. So get event. So this is called when you basically press enter, or when it's visible, when the item menu is visible inside combat. So if you press enter, you know, it's going to check what menu item you have selected. This menu is open. Allow. Okay. So first, we should be getting a decision menu. We should open a decision menu when we select an item. That should, you know, say like, do you want to use this item? So. Yeah, that says like use and cancel. Okay, that's if the decision menu is interactable. But if it's not, item list interactable. Okay, when the player presses up. If the division menu is enough. It's funny. Okay. So This happens if the player presses key down. Okay, so we need to find enter. Okay, this is the enter part. Right. They press enter. This stuff happens when they're in the item menu, right? Let's just put something in here, right? Let's just make sure. Oh yeah. Okay, we should see. Oh yeah. When I'm pressing enter in there. Okay. So let's just take a look. All right. Let's get this guy and go get into battle. There we go. Okay. So we're in the item menu. Right, pressing enter. So it's not even getting to this point. Because in the debug output, I should see oh yeah, but it's not there. So all right, so this shit is not even happening. All right, how about we just do oh yeah. Let's just see if we're even getting to this function. Okay. Item. Okay. So it happened once. Okay. We are getting there. We are getting there. Okay. We are getting there because we're triggering it every time there's an event. We're getting into that function. Okay. Let's just close you. You're not dying. Oh, sick. Okay. So we're getting here. This is happening. And now when the player presses enter and the length of the menu items is greater than 0. Okay. So if the event type is key down and the key is return and the length of menu items is greater than 0. Alright, so this should go off. Should go off. So if I just say like you pressed enter, just so I know like if it's even hitting this logic here. So let's check it out. Get our monster, run down here, go over here. Get into a battle. Okay. It's not even showing. So I'm hitting enter and it's not getting to that method. So maybe there's one of these conditions is not true right now. I'm thinking it's maybe the menu items is so let's just print that whenever that happens. Print self.menu items. And yeah, should work. Alright. And it crashed. Oh. Yeah, let me put this in the right place. Alright, we will put it up here at the very top. Paste. Okay. Now we can play. Alright. Get this monster. This music is great. Okay. Okay, yeah. So, for some reason, the the length is being 0 right now. The length of the menu items is 0. So that's why this is not happening. Okay. All right. So for some reason, this menu items is 0. Why are you 0? Okay, so this is the item menu class, and there's a lot of shit. So menu items needs to be greater. Well, let's just take it out. Let's just see what happens, right? Let's try this out. Why not? All right. So now that condition is going to be true. I have to get my monster. And I can see if we can actually use an item in combat. That's what I'm trying to figure out right now. So, potion. Oh, look at that. It's friggin' beautiful. So, and I can hit escape and go back. And it crashed. That's great. Okay, let's try this again. The monster. All right. So we can use this potion. Actually, let's go back. Let's just take a little damage. I want to see if the potion actually works right now. Item, potion, use. All right, cool. So he's back to 100 health. So the using worked, and it should be out of the inventory now too. Yep, cool. I mean it. So now let's try this capture device. So let's use the capture device. It's not going to do anything right now, but he may be in my inventory now. So if we go to like Tuxemon, no, that's not him right there. Oh, I know why. It's using it actually just made a second. I made a copy of my current monster because the target is the monster I have out instead of the opponent. So that's why. If we go, yeah. So we need to go to combat, and we basically need to figure out a way to set the target as the opponent monster instead of my monster. So, and actually I think I might be able to make like an extra field when I define an item. Like, let me look at these items here. So resources, DB, item, capture device, and so we can make a new field here that might say like target, right? And then we could say like opponent. Okay. And let's put this in alphabetical order actually. So like here. Yeah. Okay. So we can define the target. Who's being targeted by this item. So we can do like player, opponent, or we could do both. So that they could choose between if they want to use this item on a player or opponent. So we'll change all the items to have that field now. So this guy, target opponent, okay. close. Okay, I'm not a Vim expert right yet. So let's do potion. Here, going to do target. So in this case, the potions are going to target the player's monster. One sec. Alright. That's my fan. Alright. So potion, target is player. Super potion, target. Target is gonna be player. Okay. So now we're gonna go to our item. This is player.py player item. Okay. Actually, let's quit. Alright. So now when we load an item, we're going to look for that target attribute. Self.target equal results target. Okay. So now when we use, okay. Yeah, so then in combat, when we use an item, we can check who we want to use now, basically, right? Okay. So let's go to, this is the item menu. Okay, so this is where we want to go. So there's there's like an item.use method in here. So let's find that .use. There it is. Okay. So this part here, it basically takes whatever items in the inventory that we selected and clicked use, and it calls the method use. But in this case, what we're doing is we're just using it on the player's monster. But now we want to have some sort of logic that says, okay, if this is, you know, if the target type is opponent, then we want to use it on the opponent's monster rather than the player's monster. So we'll just add a condition here. I don't know, there might be a better place for it, but this is fine for now. So right now we need to look at this item, right? So let's just get a copy of this item real quick. Okay, actually, so we need to do this two places. So right now this is saying if the game state is in combat, do this, and if we're outside of combat, basically, then do this. So we need to change both of these. So actually, what we can do is we'll put it up here before. So we can do if, let's get the item to use equals this guy. Okay. And then we're going to do if item to use dot target is player, then we're going to do item target equals item to use, sorry, no. The item target is going to be game.state. Wait. Because this is actually, this will only work. This is only gonna work. Okay, how about this? We do game.player1. No. Because this game.state is gonna be combat, but it could be like the world state. You know, when you're outside of combat, you're walking around. So, that's a predicament. If we use it, all right. Well, whatever. We'll figure this out. Figure this out later. So right now, we'll do if the target is opponent. Okay, if they use opponent, then we're gonna do item target equals this, but instead of the player's monster is gonna be the opponent's monster, right? Then elif item to use dot target is player. Then our item, these are spaces, okay. Item target is going to be, actually, I don't know what's going on here. We could just do this. Never mind. I was gonna use this as just throw this key in there, but it could be both. And if it's both, then it's not gonna exist. So we'll just have these like hard coded like this. Alright. So gonna do game dot, basically copy paste this guy and change it to player. This one right here. Okay. And then the target we can just put in here. Item target. And here I'm going to use this on item target. And we'll delete this guy. Right? Alright, cool. So let's just see if this captures a monster now. There's not going to be any animation or anything yet. Just trying to get this kind of working first. Let's go capture a monster. Alright. Item. Capture device. Use. Alright. So if this worked, in my inventory, my party, there should be a rock kitten. God damn it. It's not there. So what went wrong? What went wrong? Alright. So we got our item to use. Okay, let's look at the output here. It should say using item. Okay, yeah. Using capture device. And that's where this prints here. Using blah. So let's figure out what this target is. So item to use. So let's just print out print item target. I just want to see, you know, what this is. We'll also print item to use dot target, and let's just see what those values are, because something didn't work right for some reason. So let's go grab monster, go out this way. Alright, let's use our capture device. Oh, that's fun. Okay, so it actually says using on Frutera. I didn't see that last time. So let's see what happened here. Let's just exit. So yeah, so it says opponent, and we got this monster object. We can check what the name of the monster. We'll just do .name. Where did I put you? Here, right? Yeah. Target .name. I think. Let me double check that. Pretty sure it has a name. If we look at like core components monster, so here's all the properties. Okay, yeah. So there's a name here, so we can print the name of the target monster. Figure out why we're targeting wrong one. Oh, you know what? Okay. So in combat, what I'm doing is I'm setting, instead of actually using the item like here, right? So we're in the combat state here. We're just setting an action, okay? We're setting the player's action to, okay, use item basically, and then here's the target. So actually we should look at the combat state and then see how it handles this player action when he uses an item. So let me look at that. So core states combat. Okay. So here we need to look for when they use an item, right? So let's just like .use. It's got to be somewhere around here. Okay, yeah. Perform action. So the perform action method carries out an action that each player decided in combat. So right now, if the decision they made was a technique, it'll go and use the technique. But right now we're using item. So we're doing some stuff. Okay, get the item object from the player's inventory that the player decided to use and use it. For now, just target the player's. Okay, this is where everything is breaking. Alright, so let's delete that since we're fixing that now. And so now, item name, okay, we're taking the item name, and we're getting that in his inventory, and we're using it. Okay, so, player action item name. So now we have the target as well, right? So, okay, let's go look at our, what is it, item menu? Menu, item. Okay. So yeah, so we have the target in here. In this, we're basically just creating a dictionary with like the item, the name of the item, and then the target for the item. So here we're using the item's name to get the item name. So what we can do item target player action item target. So this target, I think it's a monster object. Yeah, because the item target, when I printed that out, this is a monster. I think. Yeah, item target. Yeah. So this is a monster object basically. So let's look at. So okay. Yeah. So this item target is a monster, and then we're gonna put that monster in here. Basically, we're using the use method of this item object, and we're gonna use it on this item target. So. So now, doing item target, okay, and then we can do Okay, so player used item on, and then we're gonna do item target dot name. So now in the dialog box, it's basically gonna say, you know, the player used the capture device on the target monster. So let's give that a whirl. Let's see. Get our little monster. Come down here. Alright. Let's use our capture device. And it crashed. Okay. It doesn't have a name. Why are you lying to me? Oh, okay, so this is a string. Unicode object. Alright, I fucked that up. Alright. So that was under item menu. Combat. Okay, here's my item menu. So, target name. Oh yeah. Item target dot name would be it. Okay. So we'll just delete these. I think it's just these little debug statements were causing it to crash. I think we shouldn't get any crashes now. Let's see. Alright. Capture device. Use. Alright. And it says it said it was on BigFin. It used it on BigFin. So that's good. It's a good sign. Alright. And I have him in my inventory. Yes. Alright, perfect. So we got one step down. So we've captured him, but we're not doing any kind of animations, and we're not ending combat. And we're obviously still fighting him. Actually, if I fight him, you'll see him in my inventory take damage. I'll just see that. Yep, see? He's like half-life now. So, sweet. So that part is working now. Okay. So now I need to figure out what can we do. So we need some kind of animation to happen when we're capturing, and we also need to end the combat. We need, you know, saying we captured you successfully or whatever. So I think that'll happen in this combat state. Yeah. So we use the item on the target monster. Okay. And I guess we need to have some special condition here that says, like, alright, if the effect of this is going to be capture, then we need to do something special. Alright. Display dialog showing that we used an item. Okay, so this is where we display dialog. Just trying to think of where we can put this, kind of how. Set the item info minute. Okay. So this is like a timer so that the menu, the dialogue will kind of show for a little bit of time. I mean, I could just end combat, like right here, just sort of as a, we're just getting started, you know, and then until I have time to implement like an animation and everything. Yeah, let's just do that. We'll just end combat after the capture happens, and then we'll work on creating animation, and then we'll work on maybe like a, you know, right now capturing is happening at 100% of the time, so we can maybe do a system of checking to see if the capture was successful or not. So let's just figure out how we end combat here. I think we do this. Self.done equal true in the combat state. So actually, yeah, we'll do self.state equals 1. Okay. And then that should trigger this to happen so that we'll just finish. Right? So, okay, action, item. So, okay, so we need to check to see if this, the type is going to be capture. So we got our item name, got our item. So let's look at our item object. Okay. Here's our item object. So got power, sprite. Okay, effect. So self.effect has this item's effects. So we can look at this property and determine if this is a capture effect. If it's a capture effect, then we need to do something special. We need to, basically end combat. So come back here to our combat state, just combat.py. Okay. So let's just create like a easy to use little alias for this item. Right, so let's just do like item to use equals this. And then we can come here and item to use dot use, and then we can kind of shorten this guy up here a little bit, make it a little cleaner. All right. So here, so we use the item, we display that we used it, and then we need to, we'll just put it under here. It's probably going to end immediately, but we could do item. Okay, if item to use. So this is an item object. So we can look in effect, and this is going to be a list of effects. So if capture, so if the effect capture, the capture effect, if that exists inside item to use dot effects, I think it's effects, right? Yeah. Oh no, effect. Okay. If it's in there, then we're gonna just print. I just want to see if this works. So after we capture a monster, it should say A, and then I can put in basically end combat. All right. So here's our capture device, and it said A. Perfect. So that means that condition was true. All right, let's just quit here. Okay. Let's move this tab. Okay. So here we're gonna do self. Oops. Delete these guys. All right. Self.state equals 1. I think that was it. Let's look for 1. Yeah, self.state equals 1. All right. So, okay, if the capture was in there, so we'll probably add some more conditions to this, like if the capture was successful, then end battle. But right now, just trying to get it so that it just ends combat. You capture the monster, it ends combat, and then that's it. That's kind of the first step. So let's see if that worked. So we should see we capture the monster, and then it just ends combat right there. So instead of me just continuing to fight the monster that I just captured. Alright, capture device. Now, hopefully it should say yep, perfect. Cool. So, actually ended combat now. I can check my monsters. Yep, and I got him right there with me. That's awesome. Let's just see if we can capture another one. Let's just, you know. Alright, I want another big fin. Let's should be a couple different monsters that I can capture here. Alright. Bamboon. Oh, fuck. We only have one item. We only have one of them, so never mind. Alright. And I'm not sure. I could try to... I haven't actually tested having more than one of an item yet. So let's just see. I'm not sure if that works right now, but let's try it out. So I'm going to create a new action so action 5, right? Because there's already 4 actions for this event. And we're going to just add item capture device. So, and then it'll be here too. Act 5. Add item capture device. So this will just check, you know, see if we actually get more than one item. I don't think it will work, but let's try it out. Alright, can I check my items here? Okay, I don't display how many items I have, which is perfect. Let's just try and use it on a monster and see if we have another one. Alright. Red uses capture device on Bamboon. Alright. Alright, wow. Alright, I have another one. Perfect. So let's see if this works. Cool. Oh yeah, there we go. Look at that. Got a level 3 Bamboon, level 3 Rock Kitten. Perfect. No, Satinator. I can't do that. Alright. So... Yeah, sorry. Okay. So we'll get our capture device. So there's a couple things we can work on. So this is all part of the monster capturing system. So we could maybe play some like animation, but I don't really have any like capturing animations I can, like actual graphics that I can put in right now. Let me just look at this again real quick. Let me see what I have to do right now. So I get a monster. Go outside. Okay. So I can just straight up capture him. Red uses capture device. Okay, and then it just ends. So what we should do is have like a menu that says that the monster was captured, and then like wait a couple seconds, and then it exits battle. So just one more step. All right. So right now, this is the combat state, combat.py, and right now I'm just setting self.state is equal to 1. Okay. And this is under perform action. Okay. So yeah, here if the state is lost or won, and the elapsed time, you know, basically we have a little timer that waits for a couple seconds, and then it will end the battle, basically. Teleport back. So I just fade out the music here. So actually, I don't think I need this stuff anymore. Before I had it so that if you won or lost combat, you would just like teleport to a certain location, and that's not really needed anymore. So I can just delete that. Just delete these. Actually, that was a mistake. Delete these 5 lines. Delete that. So we fade out the music when we finish a battle. And then we don't need to teleport, so we just delete those. Set the next scene we're going to switch to. Yep, and so I just set done equal to true. So that ends the scene. That ends combat.py, basically. And then it switches over to world.py, which is like the overworld walking around. So right now, instead of setting the state to like lost or won, I might think about setting it to like you captured a monster successfully. So here, like if fainting animations, sets the info menu to you lost. Okay, so let's do it. Let's do. We're gonna create basically a new like combat state of like captured monster basically. So come back down to our perform action method, and we're going to set the combat state to, instead of 1, it's gonna be shit. Undo. Okay. We're gonna set it to captured. Okay. So then up here, so this turn update basically, see here, updates every frame to carry out the monster's turn during the action phase. So basically you perform an action, so like when you select an item or select a technique, and then that's your decision, and then that switches into the action phase where those decisions are carried out. And so this is going to be called every frame during that phase. So it like decreases health and makes like fainting animations. So this would be where I would put like the capture animation. And then after the capture animation finishes, then it would end combat, right? So right now I'm just going to do if the state is okay, so right now I'm saying if it's lost or won, so right now I'm going to put in or captured. Or self.state is captured, right? So let's just test that. I want to make sure that works. So it was a simple change. But then I can use this captured state. Oh, okay, so what I could do is I'll set the state to capturing, and then in this this method, the turn update, I can play that capturing animation. And then after the capturing animation is done, I'll set the state to captured, and then that's when basically combat will end. That's when this self.done will be set to true, which will end combat. So we'll just set that up right now just to kind of have it in place. So instead of captured, I'm going to do capturing perform action. So if it's captured, it'll end combat. And then here I'll do the monster state. Okay, if this basically looping through all the players. So basically before this is where we'd put it basically. If self dot state is capturing, then we'll do this stuff. Handle when a monster is being captured. So we'll just do capturing, we'll just print that out, and then so we need to wait a certain amount of time. So right now I'm doing it after this happens. Okay. So we're gonna set the info menu dot text to you captured whatever, right? And then that's gonna be the opponent's monster, right? So players, players. Okay, yeah. So this is all the current players in the match. So we do players and then opponent monster. So this is the opponent's monster dot name. So because this is a monster object, which is somewhere in here. This is a monster, yeah. So the monster object, monster, has a property, name, that is the name of the monster. So we're basically going to say, you captured this monster. And put an exclamation mark in there. Basically doing the same thing that we're doing up here. So if like a monster faints, then we set the text, the menu text to you captured blah blah blah. And then we're resetting this little timer that basically just delays everything until the elapsed time, this menu delay, is reached. So that just makes it so that there's a little bit of time between like you lost, and then combat just ending abruptly. So what we'll do is we'll set info menu dot elapsed time to 0. So that means it's gonna keep that menu up until it hits this delay. And then we're gonna set self dot state to captured. Okay. So this should say you captured blah 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 and the name, and then set the menu timer to run. So it'll just sit there waiting, and then set the state of the game to captured, and then that's when this will hit and then end combat. So let's just see if this works. Got our monster. Alright. Let's go outside. Alright. Cool. So it says you captured Rock Kitten. Okay, that was close. Alright, so we want to have because we want to say like you use this item first and then the capturing text happens. Okay. So perform action. I guess it could be in game development. I mean, it's both. I'll change it. I'll change it to game development if that's a category. I just saw programming and I'm like, oh, I'll put it here. I'm sure more people looking, like if they're interested in game development. Yeah, yeah, exactly, yeah. People who are interested in game development are going to look at the game development category rather than programming category. So that makes sense. I'll do it later. All right, so we're using it. All right, let me look at this again. So we get the monster, go downstairs. Okay. You captured bamboo. All right. So yeah, we need to have that. You use this item text up for a little bit longer. So we're in combat. So when we use the item, we set the state to capturing. And we set the info menu text to that. Okay, I think we need to do this. We need to do this. Where we reset the timer back to 0 so that it'll just sit there waiting. Do we have it anywhere? No? Oh wait, it's right here. Yeah, so it'll show for a short period of time. So we need some sort of condition that waits for this timer to reach its limit before changing the text of the menu again. So, because right now it's basically just hitting this, and okay, so we need this. We need this condition to say, you know, wait for this to happen, this delay before going through this condition. So, let's say if it's this, and the info menu's elapsed time is greater than the delay. So only when it's greater than the delay, the little window delay, will it actually run this code. So what? Oh, that's okay. Alright, so use our capture device. Alright, use the capture device on Big Fin. And then it should say, you captured it. Perfect. Fucking beautiful. Alright, it worked. So I can go to Tuxemon and I got my Big Fin here. Alright. I should capture this rock kitten. Alright, that I should fix that, but not a big deal. Yeah. Perfect. Now I should have rock kitten. Boom. Alright. 1 second. Okay. So, all right, cool. So we got capturing system working. Um, now I could implement an animation. So some sort of animation. Hmm. Because this part here, so I basically say you captured blah blah blah, and in this capturing state, I can say, um, yeah, in this capturing state, I can basically create an animation that happens every frame. Because this method gets called every frame. Every time the screen updates, it calls this method. So let me just make sure this is all working. Okay, cool. All right. Dude, I'm so happy this is working now. Actually, wasn't that much code. Sorry, I have to see it again. Capture. Use the capture device. Okay, so during that one, I can have a little thing come out. Perfect. That's freaking awesome. Okay. So, yeah. Okay. So, I don't know what kind of animation I can even have. Because I got these little graphics. Let's look at my graphics. No, not an item. Here's my monsters. UI, icons, party. Okay. So these are the little capturing devices. They're like little CDs. So we could just throw these out, I guess. Just take. So we should actually have this as the item. Hmm. Yeah, let's take this guy. We'll make a copy of it, and so it's an item one now. Okay, not that. Menu, nope. Nope. So right now I'm just gonna set the item icon to uh oh, it's under items. Okay. So we'll set this to like capture device or something. Capture device. Okay. And then now in our object, our item, just close you. So all the items are defined in resources db item. So here's this capture device that I just created. So here's where you define like the description, the effects that it has, and here's I just have an icon. So we'll change this over to capture device .png. Capture device. All right. So now I know I have to test it. Okay, wait. I can go here. Look at my bag. Okay. There's a big discrepancy between these two icons. little tiny CD up there. How big is that? Let me see. This thing is like super tiny, right? Yeah, do this thing. Okay, wait. Okay, it's 24 by 24. Okay, this is 7 by 7. All right, so that's why. So we need to open up this guy. I know this is not really programming anymore. This is like graphics. But I'm changing the icon. 24. So image. We'll just scale this image to 24. And right now we're just gonna have no quality scaling, so it's just gonna be a perfect. God, that looks terrible. Okay, let's not do that. Let's just take this and hmm. Can we fill you up? This looks really weird. I don't think this is gonna turn out very well. Actually, it's not too bad. I'm just making a quick little item here. New item graphic for the capturing system, basically. So, good enough. Good enough. Maybe deleting this mix. Kind of looks like a. How about that? Doesn't look like a CD at all. It's sort of like that's sort of what I was going for with like the Pokeball type thing. Is like CDs, little ISOs. That doesn't look bad. Let's do that. Let's take that. All right. We got our capture device. It looks really weird. All right. Let's just see what it looks like in game. All right. Bag. Oh yeah. Yeah, it looks better. I mean, it still looks like crap. Let me just I gotta change that. It's too bad. It's too square. So let's just take this. Just make a pixel sized thing. And just go across like that. How about we just delete that. Take this. There we go. And we'll just go over here. Fill this in. Take this right here. Fill that in. Yeah, that's good. Okay. Did I? What are you talking about? No? What do you mean? On last iteration? I don't know what you mean. When I deleted? Oh, when I deleted this? Like this square? Or something else? Bottom right black corner? I don't know what you mean, man. Alright, fine. I mean, this is just temporary anyway. Like, don't even worry about it. This is temporary until I can get some proper like graphics. All right. Let's take this. Delete. Take it here. It's fine. Just a little like icon to have that doesn't look completely horrible, but it still looks pretty bad. Yeah, that's fine. Capture device, alright? Capture, maybe call it like capture ISO or something. Something kind of computery. Oh, I need to turn that down. Okay. So, yeah, look at our item here. Alright, so yeah, we can maybe use that graphic and just kind of throw it across the screen or something. Hey man, if you want to make a nice symmetrical graphic, you can, and you can submit it, open it, you know, do Creative Commons, and I will use it in Tuxemon, okay? It will be in Tuxemon. All right. So, it's okay. All right. So, now I'm just going to create like a simple little capture animation. It's basically just going to be throwing that little CD icon at the monster, and then that's it for now. And you know, eventually we'll make like a nice little graphic with like smoke effects. I don't know, something like that. Um, but for now, we're just gonna throw this little icon. So we'll go down to, where are you? Get event, animate health. No. So right here, this turn update. So this method is where I'm going to put the capture animation. So we'll just load up, oops, there we go. So we're just gonna load, god damn it. So we're gonna load up the image, which is under here, items, Tuxemon, resources, graphics, items. So let's do something kind of quick. Do trying to figure out where we should put this animation. We'll probably let's define it up when we first enter combat. So basically, it's going to load the graphics and where where the ball is going to be thrown from, stuff like that. So there's a couple different methods here. So this is the state, the combat state. And so here, this method is called when you first enter combat. This is a startup. So this only runs once, and you know it loads like the background images and the player and the opponent's monsters, stuff like that. So I'll set this little capture device icon to be loaded when combat starts, and it won't actually be rendered on the screen, but it'll be there, and then we can draw it whenever we want. So let's just see where we can put this. It can kind of be anywhere. Put it before this little like player status thing right here. Alright. So and I created this little dictionary called UI. So yeah, demonic savage. It's I've been working on this particular project for a while, so that's why it's kind of crazy. But yeah, if you just start off small, then you can, you know, you'll eventually get to this point where it's just there's a ton of stuff, and you'll kind of know where everything is and how it works. So yeah, just keep trying. Um, so yeah, if we look up here, hey Bull Skull. Yeah, so I have a dictionary that contains all of these graphics, like the background and stuff. It's called UI, and right now I'm setting it just as like a simple kind of shorthand variable. So then I can just call like, UI background and then create a background object. So this is like the battle background, the grass and all that stuff. So I'm going to sort of do the same thing with this capture device icon. So let's just go down here where we're defining it. And we'll just put a little comment saying, set up the capture device animation for use in capturing monsters. Yeah. So this is a dictionary with all those UI elements. So I'll just call this like capture. And then I'm gonna put in this guy. So I'm creating a user interface object. And this is something that I created. We'll just take a look at it just because it's been a little bit since I've used it too. So it's under UI init. So this is the user interface object I'm creating. And it basically takes like the images, animations. Yeah, I come back to different parts of the code, and sometimes I'll be like, what does this do? I have no idea. So it's like I'm reading someone else's comments because it's been so long since I've actually worked on particular parts. So, and Monty Facker, the Python's pretty. I kind of started with Python, so I'm a little biased, but I think Python is like really easy to learn. There's like some good like if you look at Code Academy, there's a lot of good stuff there to kind of learn the basics, and it's really flexible, and like the syntax isn't too hard to learn. So I'd recommend it over Java personally, but to each his own. All right, let's look at this. So, yeah, I made this user interface object. To basically, like, you could load images and animations, and you can move it around and stuff like that to make it a little easier. So that's what I'm going to do here. Is I'm going to create a user interface object that loads up this capture device image. Yeah, Blender uses Python. There's like quite a bit of stuff that uses Python scripting, um, and it's just really easy to like program quickly. You can rapidly develop stuff in Python, whereas other languages they take a little bit longer. You have to define a lot of stuff more. So, but it depends on like the project you're working on and everything. So I'm gonna look at. So I'm going to load up this image, which is under Tuxemon resources. So here it's under resources, graphics, and instead of UI, it'll be under items and capture device.png. And this second argument, I think it's its location. Let me check. Yeah, position. So this is like the XY position of where we want it to be. We'll just keep it at 0, 0 for now, but yeah. And then the screen, and we can also scale it, animation speed, all that stuff, which is default. Okay, so we got our capture device here. And then we're going to draw. The drawing happens like, let me see where it's at exactly. Yeah, it's in the draw method. So this is where all the drawing happens. Every frame. Every frame this is called, basically. So what we could do is, I think, let me take a look. Yeah, this is our user interface object. I think we have like a visible, yeah. So by default, this object is visible. So that means it'll be drawn. But we can also set this to false, and then it won't be drawn. So since with our little capture ball, we don't really want it to be drawn, while it's just the normal part of the game. We want it to only be drawn and visible when we're actually capturing. So we'll set that to false, but let's just see where we're going to draw this. So here's where we draw all the UI elements, like the health bars and the level, all the text. This is where all the drawing happens for combat. So, and the stuff that's drawn down lower here is going to be on top of everything. This stuff is drawn kind of first, and then everything below this is drawn on top of it. So, kind of want this underneath. Let's take a look at the game. Yeah, so we want our ball to be drawn sort of underneath all the UI elements, but on top of the actual monsters. So that's where we gotta put our little capture device. So let's see what this is. So this is like the player's HP, the background. So we want it to be below that, right? So let's find the monsters. Okay, so here's the monster sprites. So first it draws the background, and then we draw the sprite itself. So basically we're going to draw it maybe right above this part here, right? And then we want it before the menus are drawn, so that the menus are drawn on top of this little capture device that's being thrown. So let's do draw the capture device animation here. So we'll just do UI capture dot draw. So let's just see what this looks like. It should be drawn. We should draw this little capture icon right here, this thing, at the top of the screen. At the top left of the screen, but behind menus. Actually, it might not be visible. Let me see. There's quite a few lines. I'm not sure actually. Let's see. Let's just look at all of them. We'll go under core. Behind. I'm just looking for all py files, and then running cat file. And then that. I think that'll, yeah, that's all lines of code right there. Word count. Okay, 13,000 lines. But this also includes like a lot of comments and stuff. Actually, let's see if I can grep-v. Okay, it's still not that many. Yeah, it's not. It's also counting like these doc strings and stuff like that. So it's not really completely accurate, but I guess maybe around like somewhere like 5,000 maybe. You could look up. You could actually look up all of the code base online on GitHub. So if you're interested in any of the code, you want to look at it, it's all on github.com/Tuxemon. So okay, what was I gonna do again? Oh yeah, so we're gonna see if this our little capture device is being thrown, or not thrown, but it should just draw on the screen, but it might be covered up, so I might have to move it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's. I think it's like up near the top left of the screen, but it's not quite visible. Let's try this again. So let's look for capture. Okay. Startup. Yeah, I figured. So this is Linux. I'm on Ubuntu right now. Um, but yeah, I try to make it maybe a little bit entertaining, and it's actually nice to talk out loud as you're trying to figure out how to like do something, what you're gonna do, stuff like that. So I think it's fun to kind of like narrate out loud instead of just like you just sitting here watching me type everything. Okay, so what was that? All right, I need to look at. So now I'm trying to make like a little capture animation for these monsters, and I'm just gonna throw basically this little graphic is just gonna kind of be thrown out onto the screen towards the opponent monster. So the first step is like let's just draw it on the screen, and then we can worry about animating it. So we will find. Okay, so this is my little capture device image that I'm loading. And right now I'm loading it, oops, it's the position, that's this little part here, because that's part of my user interface object. Oops, let's just close that, whatever. So this is the position. So if we just like put this to the center of the screen, we might be able to see it. So let's just try like 500, oh, not that much, and 500, right? So that should be somewhere, oh geez, that's 5,000. It should be somewhere near the center of the screen. That position is the pixel coordinate position, this right here. So let's just get our little monster, let's run around down here. Let's get into a battle. Okay, so it is, you do see it. It's actually right. You can see it to the right of my Fruitera monster. So it is being drawn. So that's perfect, and it's below the actual info menu and everything, like this menu. And it should be drawn above the actual monster sprites. So then we can actually animate it like being thrown at the opponent monster. So that's good. We got it drawn on the screen, and now we just need to kind of animate it. And I think I actually wrote an easy way to like animate stuff. Let me see. Let's look at core components UI. This one right here. Okay, so I've got this little disk capture device icon is a user interface object. So whatever's in here, I can use these methods. So if we did like, okay, there's animation not play, fade in, fade out, move. Okay, so this is basically what I want to do. I want to move it to a destination over, X number of seconds. So the destination will basically be like the target monster. So I'll start the position off like maybe near my monster, like underneath the info menu, and then the destination where I'm going to move it to will be the target monster. So it'll move in a straight line, but we'll make it a little fancier later. So, okay, so this is combat. The combat state. Okay, so this is where we're drawing it. And we actually only need to, let's see. So let's just try to make an animation, right? It'll just happen as soon as we start up combat. Okay, so we'll go to the startup. This is the startup part of combat. And so let's look for the opponent monster, his position on the screen. So here's the background, here's the monster. Load the battle, okay. Set the player's technique animation. Player's health bars, the player's experience. Okay, here's the capture device. Player status icon. So I need to find the monster, the opponent monster position. See, this is like the opponent. This is the opponent's status bar. Yeah, the status icon position. UI position. Okay, this is the battle UI elements. Monster party. Player's experience bar, the health bar. Where the heck is this? Okay. Alright, let's look for user interface. Okay, this is the technique. That's good. Oh, okay, wait. Here's the monster sprite. Monster sprite equals this guy right here. Alright, monster dot tack. Okay. Oh, here we go. It's this one right here. God. Okay. So this is, I'm basically creating a user interface object with a monster sprite, and right now I'm setting the position to 0, 0. But okay. So this is the monster position dot position equals, so this is exactly it right here, right? So the position, everything in Pygame, the position is like a pixel position. So if you have a window that's like 1280 by 720, then if you want something drawn at the top left corner, then that's at position 0, 0. If you want something in the middle, then you're doing 1280 by 720 divided by 2. That's the middle position. So that's what I'm basically kind of working out here. So I'm getting the screen X divided by 7, and then screen Y, minus the size of the info menu and the height of the monster sprite. So I need to put the capture. Okay. So the capture device the destination is going to be basically the same position as this monster right here. So, okay, it's player mon sprite position. That's a little weird. Oh, okay, I see. Load monster sprite. So this is happening every time. Alright, I got it. I gotcha. I gotcha. Alright, so it should be UI and then player name underscore monster sprite. So like player underscore monster sprite. Alright. I think I got this. Let's go back up to not draw. Should be startup. Startup. Perfect. Okay. So let's find our capture. Here we go. Okay. So the destination, let's just create like a, let's just print UI opponent monster sprite. Okay, so this should be the opponent monster sprite, which is a user interface object. And there should be, so the user interface object has a position attribute. Okay, so if we just do print blah 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 dot position, this should work. We should find out what the position is. All right, so let's just do this opponent position. Okay. So I'm just gonna print the opponent's position just to see if I got this right, because I should have that. So if we run the game now, and let's go get into combat. All right. Okay, that failed. It crashed. So, okay, this doesn't exist yet. Opponent monster sprite does not exist yet. So we need to do this later on after this is done. I think there's a load. I think it's a load monster sprite. Okay. Load monster sprite. This is called basically. Where's this at? What is this? Startup. Okay. Load monster sprite. Yeah, this is good. So we're loading player name. Yeah, so we're looping through. Okay. Okay. Yeah, this should be set already. I don't understand what's going on here. Should be good to go. Alright, we're in a loop here. Okay. Let's take this guy out from here. Oh, okay, I understand what's happening. So, I'm in a loop. This is a loop. And it's basically looping through each player. So it loops through the current player and the opponent. And so it hasn't reached the opponent before I'm trying to access this key here. So I'm going to move this, and this should fix the problem. So, alright, let's go down here. So we just need to do it outside the loop here, basically. So let's just, oops. There we go. Actually, okay. Yeah, no, I blocked links actually. Alright, let's test this. Cool, it worked. It didn't crash. I think actually. Wait, let me see. Yeah, perfect. This is the destination position I want to go to. Inventing on principle. Yeah, I'll try and check it out later. Thanks. Okay, so this is the position that I want to move this little disk icon to. So I'm going to do UI capture dot move, right? Because so this is a user interface object, so I can use move. So let's look at the move method. Move. Okay, so it just needs the destination and the duration. So the destination is going to be this opposing monster's position. So, and we can do it over time. We'll just do the, actually, we'll do like 1 second or so. Yeah, so this, the duration in seconds. So we'll do like 2 seconds. It'll be a 2-second throw. There we go. So 2 seconds. Right? So this is he's gonna actually start moving over time when I run that. Okay. Yeah, actually, Monty Facker, in Tuxemon, I actually wrote a system where you can modify variables in real time and change functions, because there's a whole Python shell. I can show you that in a little bit if you want. But let me check. Let me make sure this thing works first. Sweet. Look at that. Isn't it beautiful? Isn't that beautiful? Let's just check it again. Look at that beautiful capture animation. Alright, yeah. So yeah, let me show you this little, it's sort of like a debugging environment. So I have it disabled right now, but let's see. Yeah. There's an option called CLI enable here. So let me just change that to 1. And now I have a little shell here, right? And this actually lets me, I can just type Python, and now I'm in a Python shell in the game, right? So I can modify anything while the game is running, right? So like for example, I'll do this right here. What is that on the screen? It's too pixelated to tell, right? So now I can go and modify this dialog window to change the text while this game is running. It might take me a little bit, but so let's just do this from pprint import pprint. So this is just like you have everything in Python available to you right now in this little shell. So let's do self.app. Let's just look at what this does. Let's see all the variables that are here. All right, so we got player 1. All right, let's look at the states. So right now we have the world state that's running. So we'll do dot state. So this is just showing like a dictionary representation of that shows all of the variables. And right now there's a lot of stuff. There's like, these are all the tiles of the map. But we should see some menus. Yeah, so here's the menus. So right now this is the dialog window, the dialog menu, right? So let's see, maybe there's an easier way to access that dialog menu. Here's the dialog window right here. So that's .state.dialog menu, or yeah, I think it's menu. Nope, dialog window. Yeah, that's it right there. See? And so here's the text. What is that on the screen? It's too pixelated to tell. That's exactly what's right here. So now I can change that in real time here with this little framework. So what I can do is I can do, you know, this state.dialog window dot text equals, oh hi, Monty Thacker. And there you go. And you just saw back here, updates the text in real time. So this is kind of like I wrote this in just to kind of make it so it's easier to kind of tweak variables. And if I want to test stuff without like rewriting anything or reset something in the game, you can go and change any variable you want in here, and you can view what everything is, right? So I can see, okay, this dialog window has you know, a color and the position X, position Y, you know, the name of it, all of that stuff. So yeah, that's kind of built in already. You can change this to whatever you want, you know. See, and it updates it in real time here. See. So, and then I can exit. Maybe. That it froze. It's not 100% there yet, but yeah. All right. Anyway. So, okay, so we got our little animation going. Let's just look at this one more time. So, it's kind of a crappy animation, but it's something. Better than nothing. Yep. So there it is. So what we'll do is we'll put this let's put this over so that we want this to happen. So instead of just in the beginning of combat, we want that animation to play. We want that animation to play when we capture. So let's do that right here. We're not in the right place. This is it. So this is the method to move that little sprite to the monster's position, the enemy monster position. So we're just going to move that. And then we're going to go find under animate health, get event, let's see, start decision phase, start action phase, start, okay, turn update. This is where it happens. So while we're capturing, what we want to do is we want to play this animation, okay? Now, I don't think it's called UI. I think it's just self.ui. Okay, I do have UI here, so that works. Let's go down here. Okay. So now when the state is capturing, it's gonna play this animate. Actually, we shouldn't do it here. So this is called every frame. So we don't want to do that, I think. actually, this is called once, I believe. So let's try this out. So this is gonna take that capture graphic, and it's gonna call move, which is gonna move it to the target position, and in 2 seconds. So let's just see how that goes. All right. All right. All right. So I forgot to set it to invisible, but yeah, you can see the little CD icon is still there. But let's use our capture device. Okay, there we go. Okay. So I put it in the wrong place. I need to do it while I'm using the item. So okay. We're almost there. We're almost there. We almost got some kind of shitty little capture animation, which we'll change eventually, but you know, I just want a little something just to show that we're capturing a monster. Okay. So we can actually do it. Let's go back. Let's do capture. Okay, here it is. So we want to move this guy. We want to move the movement. We want that to be like right when we use the item, basically, which will be in here. The player selected to use an item. Okay. So basically, if capture, then we want to do this. So if we're using this item, if this item has the effect capture, then we're going to move it. Okay. And while we're at it, we can set it to invisible too. So we'll do UI capture dot visible equals true. And then when we go and create this new, when we create the capture icon, we're gonna set invisible. We're gonna set visible to false, so it won't actually be drawn on the screen. That's what this this user interface will do. If we look at draw, yeah, see, it'll only draw if it's visible. It's like an open source clone of like a monster fighting game. It's very similar to Pokemon. So I first started, the project because, there's a lot of like open source versions of games that are like clones. And so I thought it'd be cool. There's not really any like open source Pokemon games. And I thought it'd be a fun project to work on. And you also get to like figure out the same things that the original Pokemon developers had to figure out. Like how do you create this monster capturing system, or how do you create this like turn-based combat system. So I thought it was an interesting project, and then since there was nothing really out there like it, I decided to start it myself, and so that's what this is. Okay, so I need to okay, so when we first start combat, we need to set this little capture icon to visible false. Right, so I need a capture. We're searching. Alright, let's just go to startup. Define start up. Okay. So this is when combat first starts. And we set up all our like background, graphics, stuff like that. So here, actually, I think, let's see if it's a parameter. Nope. Okay. I was just checking to see if you can just pass in, visible equal false or something like that, but there's not. So I can just do UI here, capture dot visible equal false. So this just makes it so that you know, as soon as the combat starts, that little capture disk is invisible. So I've kind of worked on this off and on for like maybe 2 years or so. Just pretty much when I have time. It's just a hobby. You know, during weekends or something, I might work on it for a few hours. Um, I mean, the project itself is probably going to be just like indefinitely ongoing until it comes to some sort of completion. It's sort of playable right now. You can like kind of run around. You can like fight monsters, but it's not quite there yet to be like a playable game. So, all right, yeah, good night. Thanks. Um, all right, let's test this out. Let's see if this works. All right, cool. Yeah, thanks. I'll try and be on usually on the weekend or something. All right. So now we're checking to see if we got this little capture animation working. So it's really crappy, but it works, right? Let's just see. Okay, it crashed. All right. So UI is not defined. Okay, this is in line 1220. 1220. Oh, no. Let's quit that. Wait, where are we? Yeah. Okay, this is where we're at. So UI is not defined. I was saying this doesn't exist. You lying to me right now? Oh, you're right. You're not there. I don't define you at all. Okay, so we need to do self. Yeah. So you can see I'm using it like this other places. So I need to do self.ui. 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 So that just means it's going to be this variable is a property of this class, of the combat class. So, and it's not available in this method as UI. So, little simple thing. Let's test it out now. That should work. Should work. This music is so good. All right. Okay, so that little disc is not there. That's good. So we can throw it. Yeah! Yeah! It looks so bad. But it's great. Yeah, when you get those little things working, like, it's just a beautiful thing. Even though it looks terrible. Alright, so we'll tweak the time of that a little bit. So right now we're doing it over 2 seconds. We could probably do it like over 1 second. So let's just test it out now. All right. All right. Boom. Look at that. Captured. Now, I guess we could make him like disappear, but this is fine. Look at this. We got Big Fin. We captured him. Capturing system works. All right, we got a potion. Let's just fight him. Yeah, level 2 rock kitten. Can do damage to me. All right. I'm gonna use a potion. Yep. All healed up. Alright, now let's try and capture this rock kitten here. Okay. Oops. There we go. Captured Rock Kitten. Sweet. So we should have, yep, and you can see the health. It's the same, like, as what it was in combat. It's perfect. Alright, well, I think that's a pretty good amount of work we got so far. All these changes. So I'm gonna come here, set that back. Okay. So I'm gonna commit these changes because this is a good amount of work. We got capturing system working. Got, you know, icons. We got a little crappy animation, but yeah, man, Rock Kitten. That was mine. So there's been a couple people in the community for the Tuxemon project that have made monsters, and you know, if you guys want to help contribute to Tuxemon, you know, you can make your own. If you go to like the forums, forum.tuxemon.org, you can, you know, submit your own little monster, and he can be included in the game. And Rock Kitten was the one that I created, and there's been a couple others like Fruterra and Bamboon. Those were contributed by other people, so they made them, and I just included them in the game. So yeah, if you have any ideas, feel free, you know, and we can include them in the game. We've only got like maybe 5 monsters right now, so if you have any ideas, or if you like doing a little sprite work too, then by all means. All right, so let's commit this stuff. So I'm using Git, which is so this is all on GitHub, so I can track all my changes and everything. Let's see, I'm in a branch. I'm in the creature catching branch. So I'll just add all this stuff. Dirt dog, all right. Dirt dog it is. Bring him to life. All right, I don't know why. I just like to manually add everything, by the way, in Git. Just because sometimes if you just do like git add everything, then sometimes you commit stuff that you didn't want to, and all that stuff. So but yeah, man, make Dirt Dog, make him. Check it out. Yeah, you can check out like tuxemon.org, and there's like, you know, documentation tells you like what the sizes of everything need to be and everything too. If you want it, it's all there, man. Alright, commit. We're gonna say add creature catching system. Right. Oh, not master. Creature catching. Alright. Yeah. Yeah, you could make any creature, you know. And actually, if you want to, like, I could show you here kind of how monsters are made in Tuxemon. Is it possible that I could add an animation to my Tuxemon? Yeah, I mean, it's there. Right now, none of them are really animated. The like menu sprites are animated, but yeah, if you write it, or not write it, but if you like make a monster and you make all the animation like frames, then they can be animated. So they can have like an idle animation or like a hit animation, stuff like that. Right now, just to kind of keep it simple, it's just a single static sprite, but yeah, you can definitely add animation if you want to. And so yeah, I'll show you like how a monster is defined in Tuxemon. Is in this directory, you know, Tuxemon resources db monster. So here's all the monsters. Right now there's 5. So we got Bamboon, we got Big Fin, Djinbo, Fruitera, and Rock Kitten. My favorite Rock Kitten right here. And that's what this guy is up here, Rock Kitten. So this file is like it's a JSON file, and you can use one of these as a template, but it has everything in here. So you can tell it, what sprites you want to use. Hold on a sec, my headset is dying. So yeah, you can give it what sprites you want it to use. Right now it's just static sprites. One sec. Alright. And you can give it the types. So right now we have like sort of a different system. It's kind of similar, but right now this like the Rock Kitten is Earth type. And then we also have the name you can define here, and the moves that it learns, and like its HP, all this its stats and everything like that. So you can actually define it in this JSON file, and then you just give it whatever sprites you've created. So like in this case, Rock Kitten back is, so if we look up this resources, graphics, sprites, battle, and here's all our monster sprites. So here's our Rock Kitten. Yeah, you can. The forum has some information, and also there's a wiki. The wiki has like I tried to kind of put as much documentation as I can there, but it shows you like how to make new sprites and how to create maps, stuff like that. So it's very like accessible. If you want to contribute something, maybe like a monster or a map or something like that, you can just go to the wiki and the forums, and then you can see what you can contribute, and if you want to contribute, stuff like that. So yeah, so that's how you basically create monsters. And then once you've created this like JSON file, and you have some sprites for the monster, then you can just use the map editor, which this is an open source map editor called Tiled, and it's like cross-platform. You can use it on anything, and then you can create an event on a map. So like this is the bedroom, the starting map. And here's one of the events right here, add monster, and then you just give it, the name of the monster you want to add, and the level you want it to be. So, and then that's it. Like your monster's in the game. You can, get him, fight with him, stuff like that. So that's it. All right. Well. So, got our creature capturing system working. That's pretty much all I set out to do today, was get that creature capturing system working. It's a little basic right now. It's 100% capture rate at this point. I'll probably stop for now in a little bit, just because it's a lot of stuff to do. But let's take a look at this one more time. You gotta view all your effort you put in, So we got a little capture device. Use it. Whoop. You captured Bigfoot? Yeah. This is so great. Yeah, I mean, Tuxemon, it's all open source projects, so anyone who wants to kind of help contribute, they can. So this is great. This actually crashed. This is like Pygame crash. But yeah. Let's still got some work. But yeah, you can come here, you can read some signs, come down here. You can go inside this empty house. It's just empty. Haven't done anything with this one yet. And this is all on the repository. You know, if you want to download it and play around with it, you can. It's all on there. So, and I got like got this little animated sign going here. I was proud of that. So nothing in this town is sort of, you know, you can't go in any of these buildings or anything, but there's like a collision detection. You can't, you know, you can't walk through walls or anything. So, let's see. So I got that. Yeah, we're definitely low on monster sprites, so we only have 5 right now, so if you want to make one, that's great. That's cool. I'm gonna kill this rock kitten right now. Yeah, thanks. Die, rock kitten. Yeah, he's dead. Alright, now I'm gonna capture one. I need to work on the experience system. Yeah, you can see there's a little, the XP bar went up a little bit, but it'd be cool to like animate that and everything. Let's try this little capture device again. Yeah, capture that little rock kitten. Oh, I got switching working too. I forgot. Yeah, I got my rock kitten out. And you can see I have 2 monsters and everything there. Yeah, everyone has the same move though. There's a little bit of map. I can show you. I'll walk around here. You just capture this big fin. Alright. Oh, God. It's just as annoying as, as the normal games. Oh, God. Alright, we're going to restart without a monster. Yeah, so right now there's just like this little bedroom area in terms of the map. And you can go downstairs. And there's sort of the first little area. A couple buildings. Yeah, we had actually someone on the forums designed this map. Looked really good. So I implemented it, you know, added his map into the game. It was pretty nice. This room is just empty. But this is going to be, you know, generic professor's house or something, you know. Who knows? Still early, you know, into the game development right now. And you can kind of come up here. There's like another little part of the town. This is basically where it ends, like over here. This is all just empty. You can see that you can just go off the map into infinity. You can go outside over here. And yeah, this is pretty much the only map that's out right now. And I'm trying to kind of make it so that it transitions from, because this is one map, and then if I step on this, yeah, now I'm on a new map. See, there's still some bugs, but, and then now this map is gone. So that was actually a transition from one map to another. That's why there's no like collisions right now. So but that's pretty much where the maps are at right now. So that's it. Yeah, this is the first day I've actually decided to stream. So yay. Yeah, that's pretty much it. This hasn't been implemented yet. I got the monster menu, but I don't have any monsters right now. Item bag. Players not implemented. The save features not really working either. No options. Exit works though. So yeah, that's about it. Yeah, thanks everyone for watching. I'm probably gonna call it a day for now, but look forward to working some more on Tuxemon. And if you guys wanna like check out the code or anything, you can look at tuxemon.org if you wanna maybe contribute some graphics or something, or if you just are interested in the project more, it'll be there. So yeah, that's it. Take it easy, guys.